You shall command the children of Israel that they bring to you pure olive oil beaten for the light, to cause the lamp to burn continually. In the tent of meeting outside the veil, which is before the testimony, Aaron and his sons shall keep it in order from evening to morning before Yahweh. It shall be a statute forever throughout the generations on behalf of the children of Israel. Bring Aaron your brother and his sons with him near to you from among the children of Israel, that he may minister to me in the Cohen's office, even Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Itamar, Aaron's sons. You shall make holy garments for Aaron your brother, for glory and for beauty. You shall speak to all who are wise-hearted, whom I have filled with the spirit of wisdom, that they may make Aaron's garments to sanctify him, that he may minister to me in the Cohen's office. These are the garments which they shall make: a breastplate and an ephod, and a robe, and a coat of checker work, a turban and a sash, and they shall make holy garments for Aaron your brother and his sons, that he may minister to me in the Cohen's office. They shall take the gold, and the blue, and the purple, and the scarlet, and the fine linen. They shall make the ephod of gold, of blue, and purple, scarlet, and fine twined linen, the work of the skillful workman. It shall have 2 shoulder pieces joined to the 2 ends of it, that it may be joined together. The skillfully woven band which is on it, that is on him, shall be like its work, and of the same piece, of gold, of blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen. You shall take 2 shoham stones, and engrave on them the names of the children of Israel, 6 of their names on the one stone, and the names of the 6 that remain on the other stone, in the order of their birth. With the work of an engraver in stone, like the engravings of a signet, shall you engrave the 2 stones, according to the names of the children of Israel. You shall make them to be enclosed in settings of gold. You shall put the 2 stones on the shoulder pieces of the ephod, to be stones of memorial for the children of Israel, and Aaron shall bear their names before Yahweh on his 2 shoulders for a memorial. You shall make settings of gold, and 2 chains of pure gold. You make them like cords, shall of braided work, and you shall put the braided chains on the settings. You shall make a breastplate of judgment, the work of the skillful workman, like the work of the ephod you shall make it, of gold, of blue, and purple, and scarlet, and fine twined linen shall you make it. It shall be square and folded double, a span shall be its length of it, and a span its breadth. You shall set in it settings of stones, 4 rows of stones. A row of odem, pitah, and baraket shall be the first row, and the second row a nophek, a sapphire, and an yalom, and the third row a leshem, and shabu, and an aklamah, and the 4th row a tarshish, and shoham, and a yashaphe. They shall be enclosed in gold in their settings. The stones shall be according to the names of the children of Israel, 12, according to their names, like the engravings of a signet, every one according to his name. They shall be for the 12 tribes. You shall make on the breastplate chains like cords of braided work of pure gold. You shall make on the breastplate 2 rings of gold, and shall put the 2 rings on the 2 ends of the breastplate. You shall put the 2 braided chains of gold in the 2 rings at the ends of the breastplate. The other 2 ends of the 2 braided chains you shall put on the 2 settings, and put them on the shoulder pieces of the ephod in the forepart of it. You shall make 2 rings of gold, and you shall put them on the 2 ends of the breastplate on its edge, which is toward the side of the ephod inward. You shall make 2 rings of gold, and shall put them on the 2 shoulder pieces of the ephod underneath, in the forepart of it, close by the coupling of it, above the skillfully woven band of the ephod. They shall bind the breastplate by the rings of it to the rings of the ephod with the lace of blue, that it may be on the skillfully woven band of the ephod, and that the breastplate may not swing out from the ephod. Aaron shall bear the names of the children of Israel in the breastplate of judgment on his heart, when he goes into the holy place for a memorial before Yahweh continually. You shall put in the breastplate of judgment the Urim and the Tumim, and they shall be on Aaron's heart when he goes in before Yahweh, and Aaron shall bear the judgment of the children of Israel on his heart before Yahweh continually. You shall make the robe of the ephod olive blue. It shall have a hole for the head in the midst of it. It shall have a binding of woven work round about the whole of it, as it were the whole of a coat of mail, that it not be torn. On its tzitzit you shall make pomegranates of blue, and of purple, and of scarlet, around its tzitzit, and bells of gold between them round about, a golden bell and a pomegranate, a golden bell and a pomegranate on the tzitzit of the robe round about. It shall be on Aaron to minister, and the sound of it shall be heard when he goes in to the holy place before Yahweh, and when he comes out, that he not die. You shall make a plate of pure gold, and engrave on it, like the engravings of a signet, holy to Yahweh. You shall put it on a lace of blue, and it shall be on the sash, on the front of the sash it shall be. It shall be on Aaron's forehead, and Aaron shall bear the iniquity of the holy things which the children of Israel shall make holy in all their holy gifts, and it shall be always on his forehead, that they may be accepted before Yahweh. You shall weave the coat in checker work of fine linen, and you shall make a turban of fine linen, and you shall make a sash, the work of the embroiderer. You shall make coats for Aaron's sons, and you shall make sashes for them, and headbands shall you make for them, for glory and for beauty. You shall put them on Aaron your brother, and on his sons with him, and shall anoint them, and consecrate them, and sanctify them, that they may minister to me in the Cohen's office. You shall make them linen breeches to cover the flesh of their nakedness, from the loins even to the thighs they shall reach. They shall be on Aaron and on his sons when they go into the tent of meeting, or when they come near to the altar to minister in the holy place, that they don't bear iniquity and die. It shall be a statute forever to him and to his descendants after him. This is the thing that you shall do to them to make them holy, to minister to me in the Cohen's office. Take 1 young bull and 2 rams without blemish, matzah, unleavened cakes mixed with oil, and unleavened wafers anointed with oil. You shall make them of fine wheat flour. You shall put them into 1 basket, and bring them in the basket with the bull and the 2 rams. You shall bring Aaron and his sons to the door of the tent of meeting, and shall wash them with water. You shall take the garments, and put on Aaron the coat, the robe of the ephod, and the breastplate, and dress him with the skillfully woven band of the ephod, and you shall set the turban on his head, and put the holy crown on the turban. Then you shall take the anointing oil, and pour it on his head, and anoint him. You shall bring his sons, and put coats on them. You shall dress them with belts, Aaron and his sons, and bind headbands on them, and they shall have the priesthood by a perpetual statute. And you shall consecrate Aaron and his sons. You shall bring the bull before the tent of meeting, and Aaron and his sons shall lay their hands on the head of the bull. You shall kill the bull before Yahweh at the door of the tent of meeting. You shall take of the blood of the bull, and put it on the horns of the altar with your finger, and you shall pour out all the blood at the base of the altar. You shall take all the fat that covers the innards, the cover of the liver, the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is on them, and burn them on the altar. But the flesh of the bull, and its skin, and its dung, you shall burn with fire outside of the camp. It is a sin offering. You shall also take the 1 ram, and Aaron and his sons shall lay their hands on the head of the ram. You shall kill the ram, and you shall take its blood and sprinkle it around on the altar. You shall cut the ram into its pieces, and wash its innards and its legs, and put them with its pieces and with its head. You shall burn the whole ram on the altar. It is a burnt offering to Yahweh. It is a sweet savor, an offering made by fire to Yahweh. You shall take the other ram, and Aaron and his sons shall lay their hands on the head of the ram. Then you shall kill the ram, and take some of its blood, and put it on the tip of the right ear of Aaron, and on the tip of the right ear of his sons, and on the thumb of their right hand, and on the big toe of their right foot, and sprinkle the blood on the altar round about. You shall take of the blood that is on the altar, and of the anointing oil, and sprinkle it on Aaron, and on his garments, and on his sons, and on the garments of his sons with him, and he shall be made holy, and his garments, and his sons' garments with him. Also you shall take some of the ram's fat, the fat tail, the fat that covers the innards, the cover of the liver, the 2 kidneys, the fat that is on them, and the right thigh, for it is a ram of consecration, and 1 loaf of bread, 1 cake of boiled bread, and 1 wafer out of the basket of matzah that is before Yahweh. You shall put all of this in Aaron's hands and in his sons' hands, and shall wave them for a wave offering before Yahweh. You shall take them from their hands, and burn them on the altar on the burnt offering for a sweet savor before Yahweh. It is an offering made by fire to Yahweh. You shall take of the breast of Aaron's ram of consecration, and wave it for a wave offering before Yahweh, and it shall be your portion. You shall sanctify the breast of the wave offering, and the thigh of the heave offering, which is waved, and which is heaved up of the ram of consecration, even of that which is for Aaron, and of that which is for his sons. And it shall be for Aaron and his sons as their portion forever from the children of Israel. For it is a heave offering, and it shall be a heave offering from the children of Israel, of the sacrifices of their peace offerings, even their heave offering to Yahweh. The holy garments of Aaron shall be for his sons after him, to be anointed in them, and to be consecrated in them. 7 days shall the son who is Cohen in his place put them on, when he comes into the tent of meeting to minister in the holy place. You shall take the ram of consecration, and boil its flesh in a holy place. Aaron and his sons shall eat the flesh of the ram, and the bread that is in the basket, at the door of the tent of meeting. They shall eat those things with which atonement was made, to consecrate and sanctify them, but a stranger shall not eat of it, because they are holy. If anything of the flesh of the consecration or of the bread remains to the morning, then ye shall burn the remainder with fire. It shall not be eaten, because it is holy. Thus shall you do to Aaron and to his sons, according to all that I have commanded you. 7 days shall you consecrate them. Every day shall you offer the bull of sin offering for atonement, and you shall cleanse the altar when you make atonement for it, and you shall anoint it to sanctify it. 7 days you shall make atonement for the altar and sanctify it, and the altar shall be most holy. Whatever touches the altar shall be holy. Now this is that which you shall offer on the altar: 2 lambs a year old, day by day continually. The 1 lamb you shall offer in the morning, and the other lamb you shall offer at evening. And with the 1 lamb 1/10 part of an ephah of fine flour, mixed with the 4th part of a hin of beaten oil, and the 4th part of a hin of wine for drink offering. The other lamb shall you offer at evening, and shall do it according to the meal offering of the morning, and according to its drink offering for a sweet savor, an offering made by fire to Yahweh. It shall be a continual burnt offering throughout your generations at the door of the tent of meeting before Yahweh, where I will meet with you to speak there to you. There I will meet with the children of Israel, and the place shall be sanctified by my glory. I will sanctify the tent of meeting and the altar. Aaron also and his sons I will sanctify to minister to me in the Cohen's office. I will dwell among the children of Israel, and will be their Elohim. They shall know that I am Yahweh their Elohim, who brought them forth out of the land of Mitzrayim, that I might dwell among them. I am Yahweh their Elohim. You shall make an altar to burn incense on. You shall make it of shittim wood. Its length shall be a cubit, and its breadth a cubit. It shall be square, and its height shall be 2 cubits. Its horns shall be of 1 piece with it. You shall overlay it with pure gold, the top of it, the sides of it, around it, and its horns, and you shall make a gold molding around it. You shall make 2 golden rings for it under its molding, on its 2 ribs, on its 2 sides. You shall make them, and they shall be 4 places for poles with which to bear. You shall make the poles of shittim wood, and overlay them with gold. You shall put it before the veil that is by the ark of the testimony, before the mercy seat that is over the testimony, where I will meet with you. Aaron shall burn incense of sweet spices on it every morning. When he tends the lamps, he shall burn it. When Aaron lights the lamps at evening, he shall burn it, a perpetual incense before Yahweh throughout your generations. You shall offer no strange incense on it, nor burnt offering, nor meal offering, and you shall pour no drink offering on it. Aaron shall make atonement on its horns once in the year with the blood of the sin offering of atonement. Once in the year he shall make atonement for it throughout your generations. It is most holy to Yahweh.